If you don't know me, it probably means you haven't been coming to meetings at all, because I've been a member for a long time. I got my real estate license in 1947, before most of you were born, or a gleam in your father's eye. You weren't even around. But I joined. My dad was a broker. He's a past president of this board as well. And so he kind of told me it was a good way to make a living, but I didn't think so. My mother always said it was feast or famine with real estate, and that's pretty much the case. But I have enjoyed being a member of this organization for a long time. That's why I ran for director again. I'm going to be the oldest living director in California, I think, if I keep on going. But it's part of my life. I'm very closely connected with all of you. I enjoy the work. I enjoy volunteering for the organization. It's part of my life. And after a while, it's kind of addictive, I guess. You think in the morning, what do I do? Well, I'm going to go over to West St. Gabriel and see what I can do there. But it's very rewarding, very fulfilling. Not that active in real estate right now. I was mostly in residential real estate, but I still hold my broker's license. My sister, who is 90 years old, she has her broker's license as well. So we're a long-time family with real estate, and very proud of our organization. And I'm very proud of all of you. So you got a bunch of kids here, so you got a big future ahead of you. Go forward with it. It's very rewarding, and you're going to love it. Thank you.
I didn't expect to be called the second one, because I'm probably the second oldest director. Just kidding. I'm still looking young, right?
Yes.
All right. I like to hear that. I got my license since 1979, long time ago. I think a lot of people has not even been here. Anyway, so this is my only job. I have not done anything. Real estate is my only career, only job. So my goal is to training the new agent, because I have been there. I was so scared. I was so, don't know what to do at that time. So I know how the new agent go through. So I like to work with a new agent. I haven't been director. I haven't been president. Yeah. Well, I haven't been treasurer, program chair, MS chair. So I haven't been through every committee. I just feel that I've been grow from this association. So I like to give my time to the association. I'm very reachable. So anytime you have any question, 30-some years experience, I think I know a lot of things more than a lot of people. So thank you.
It's Veneziano, and I'm a member of two boards, this and the Montebello board. I have been a member since the middle of the 80s. I got my real estate license back in 1978, and I've been full-time in the real estate since. I have been served several committees in this board in the past. I have been a board director for the Montebello board for 3-4 years, and I want to bring in all of the experience I can support the board and grow. I was on the board director in Montebello when was only a few members, and the board was directed just by a few brokers of big office broker, and would not grow. And since we made some change to support also the small office, the board has been, we grown the board from about 90 members to over 600 something members, and they have been stays up there. The reason I have been associated with the board, well, since when you started a pattern in one way, you want to continue, and you keep it going. On the 80s, we didn't have a computer. We had to go through the books. And the more board you were joining, the more books you were getting, the more exposure, more property you could find. And there where I have been, and I want to bring my experience and help with to work with other director and keep it up and improve the board. Thanks.
Just got a coffee. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ling Chow, and I need my podium to hide behind my body so I'd be more comfortable. That's my comfort zone. But apparently they have us out on the open space, so it's a little bit nervous for me. I haven't been on a mic for 6 months now, so it's a little bit long time for me too. Anyway, my name is Ling Chow, and I'm not Yember. People think that we're the same, but Yember is happily married, and I'm single. I am the past president of your association last year, and during my year, I guess the best thing I ever did my whole year last year is hire Albert Trump. And of course, last year we had the first family picnic as well as the home fair that Art has continued to do that this year. Hopefully you support that event this year as well. I am currently still the CAR director, and also I am I've been nominated as a 3-year term for the Expo Committee at CAR. This year we'll be at San Jose. Next year we'll be back here in Los Angeles area. And hopefully I get to see all of you, greeting you when you get off the bus. I hope we have a bus by then as well. But that's what I've been doing outside the board. And last month, our board of director has nominated me as one of your regional vice chair for next year and chair for the year after. And if anybody know what regional chair is? No. Okay. I got the no over there and yes over there. We have many associations in California, and we group together as a regional. We group with Citrus Valley Association. We take turns being a regional chair to represent our association. So that's what I'll be doing. And I am also the homeowner association of this place. I represent our board to go to the meeting. I think this year I'm the vice president. That doesn't mean anything. Just a lot of meetings. And as you see, we purchased this property and everything outside has been improving. We have new paint, new everything, new line, new parking, and we're doing pretty well now. And there's a lot of improvements still going. And there is a facade saying we're the richest homeowner association in the valley. We're spending that money painting and doing all the work outside the yard work. So there is a lot of more work to go. I don't want to say I'm the oldest and I'm not the youngest, so I'm the middle-aged person working for you. And hopefully I can support the next year leadership team. Thank you very much.
Everyone.
Good morning.
Since this is my first time, I need know with me. My name is Margaret Shea. I rejoined the Western Gabriel board in September 19, 2008. This is my second time. The first time actually I had my real estate license 20 years ago, and also the member of Western Gabriel board. Due to the busy schedule, I let my license expire. I was born in Shanghai, China, and grew up in Taiwan with bachelor degree in physics. I came to the United States for the further education in 1971 and working in the computer field for over 30 years. After I retired from my computer job, I decided to renew my real estate license. That's why I'm here. And this term, I almost come to the every week's weekly meeting. I learn a lot from the board's weekly meeting. I also attend a lot of classes offered by the board. So I'm a certified short sales specialist and also has designation of GRI and the CIPS. I also joined several committees like LGR, commercial, and international. From the commercial, I learned a lot from the great teacher, Bill Herrera. He taught us a lot
aspect in commercial, which are totally different than residential. From the LGR, I also learned legislation can just change the rules. And those rules can make our life easier or harder. So we are not only have to pay attention when the wind blows, we also have to influence them so we can change their decision before the rules set. And also from the international community, it really opened my eyes. I learned there's a lot of different culture and learn how to deal with it. Now we are engaged in the economic crisis. We are not just working harder, we are able also have to change our aspect of the real estate industry to handle this tough time. It is more often than before, and we heard a lot of things change from the top. Like they're going to eliminate the tax deduction from the mortgage, or they're going to increase the property tax, and so on. So if I get elected as director, I will put members' benefit at first priority. As my diverse background and my experiences, I will try my best to serve all members. And I believe the board is for the member, by the member, and of the member. Thank you for your support.
My first time running too, so I have notes. They gave me only 2 minutes to speak, and I have a lot to say, so I wrote it all down. My name is Kevin Kwan, and I'm running for Board of Directors for 2012. First and foremost, I want to thank the nominating committee for giving me the opportunity to run this year, or for next year. I've been a member here at the West Gabriel Association of Realtors since 2005, and I've had the great opportunity to meet and work with many of you in this room. I possess the leadership skills that will represent not only you, the members, but the association as well, with integrity, honesty, and most importantly, with respect. I want to continue to grow our association and continue the traditions that have evolved, not only in this room, but out into the communities that we serve. I want our association to continue to be the best of the best in the industry and continue to set the standards. This is where I also feel I can come in and bridge the gap. I'm young, energetic, and passionate about real estate. It's my job, my career, and it seems to be just about everything I do in my life. So I push the pedal to the metal and go hard 100% all day, every day. I'm the new blood or young blood, whatever you want to call it, but I'm rare in this industry. I want to make the change that young professionals do have a bright future in this industry for generations to come. And I want to reach out to not only those people, but to all agents in the industry to help us grow and thrive together. I mean, who doesn't want to make more money, right? I bring along with me new and innovative ideas that my generation has that will carry us through challenging times. Many of those which this industry has been going on for some time now. I am determined, focused, and ready to take on the challenges that come along with being on the board of directors. I'm currently on the MLS committee, and I'm also the vice chair of the YPN here at our association. And I'm also a managing partner of a real estate firm, and also a top producer in the office as well. I may not have as many years as many of you guys in this room have in the business, but I do have the knowledge and know-how, which is comparable to a seasoned veteran in the business. I have many years ahead of me in what is only the beginning of what I call my real estate journey. So take advantage. You finally have a willing, young professional you can mold and abuse. Hopefully you'll be a little gentle, but hopefully I can be given the opportunity to serve you guys, the members. I look forward to being one of the future leaders here at the association and represent you all with pride, dignity, and most of all with respect. So thank you.
I'm Florence Huey, your current secretary this year, and I'm here to thank all of you that voted for me last year to make it possible and giving me the opportunity to serve you as secretary. And I'm here today to ask you, in fact, really asking you for your vote to be the secretary for the coming year. I've been a member of this board for a long time, and I know from experience that no organization or board can be successful without its members. The members of any board or association is the backbone, and without your help, the organization cannot be successful. Many of you do not know that there are 25 available committees for you to join, and each committee needs 4 members, and the chairperson of each committee reports to the board of directors and the executive board what went on at their meetings, and seek help if they need it, financing if they need it, and therefore that the committees really is the backbone of the association. Now, I know that in this room, there are many of us that are retired and have done other jobs besides being a realtor. Excuse me, but no matter how long or how often I use the mic, I still get nervous. You'll have to excuse my shaking and different tones of my voice as I continue to tell you about the committees. As I said, many of you in here have had experience as teachers, engineers, housewives, mothers with children, and with all these experiences, and engineers, and other aspects of the community. So therefore, you have the qualifications to join a committee. The budget and finance can use members that are experienced in bookkeeping and that has had a math background. The premises committee can use the engineers, and the technology can use people that is experienced in computers. The international committee can use people that are from different countries, and with your contribution and letting the committee know about your culture, maybe one of these days we can schedule a visit to your country. And with that, you can also join the special events. The special events celebrate all the holidays, and maybe we can include holidays of other countries as well as the ones that appear in the U.S. Other than that, I would like to see more of you join the committees and help make this organization greater than it is now. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Brian Chen and the nominating committee for entrusting me with the position of treasurer, and also to all of you for allowing me to serve as on the board of directors this year. I truly appreciate you entrusting me to that position. A few of the goals that I have for 2012 are as follows. I'd like to make sure that we're providing outstanding customer service to all of our members. I want you to have an outstanding customer service whenever you're here at the membership. I want to stay progressive and at the forefront of technological trends and industry shifts so that we can remain efficient and competitive in the marketplace. In coordination with the staff, I'll work continually enhance the West St. Gabriel Valley Association of Realtors website, and my goal is to make the website the go-to place for real estate and real estate related services. I want to collaborate and coordinate better in conjunction with Albert Tran and the staff so that we can leverage all the free benefits that are available through NAR and CAR. I'll continually look to keep costs down and improve services to our members. I will work with my fellow directors in 2012 to make the association the best that it can be. It's not about me, it's about you. I want to continue moving the association forward, and I hope that I can count on you for your vote and your continued support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. and Brian Chen for the nominating committee and all the nominating committee members. As I'm shaking up here, you know, because my background is, I'm from Hawaii, and you know, it's hang loose. Yeah, we hang loose in Hawaii. Growing up in Hawaii, I graduated high school and a business college majoring in accounting. After graduation, Uncle Sam sent me his greetings to join the Army. No, I did not do that. I escaped and joined the Navy, you know, to see the world, sailing the 7 seas, which I almost did, pretty much underwater, serving in the U.S. Submarine Force. Wow. No, you don't see very much. While serving on the submarine, a couple of my highlights was, one, going through the Panama Canal, second, being shot off by a U.S. carrier. Wow. A couple of my lowlights there was almost being run over by let's say a contact during patrol, you know, another ship while we're submerged, and being bombed by one of our own aircraft because we were detected under radio silence, not supposedly being there, but we were there. So, after arriving in LA, I decided to use my GI Bill, attended various college, taken real estate courses, and I got my real estate license. In fact, I just made my 40th anniversary with my real estate license back in 1971. I started my career in '78 full-time and managed various companies and finally opened my own company in 1985, sold in '96, and when back then I was asked to serve on the MLS committee, I said I didn't know what it was all about, but they said, you'll learn. Okay, and then I was appointed as a board of director under Brian Chen, which made a lot of changes in this association as we've gone forward, if you remember back in those days. And that all started when Ling Chao stuck me in here. Because, you know why? I couldn't say no. So hopefully when I ask you to volunteer to start on the MLS committee, you'll say yes. Highlights of my real estate career included receiving the Certified Real Estate Brokerage Manager designation in 1984 and a Certified Residential Specialist designation in 1987. And finally being recognized as the Realtor Associate of the Year in 1982 and as the Realtor of the Year last year by you, my Realtor family. So, as I stand here asking for your vote as the 2012 Vice President in charge of the MLS, I'll need your participation for next year to make this a great board with informative speakers and help you make money and have great activities and having a little fun along the way, okay? Mahalo.
I realized that I got to take over while the president was gone. Reminds me of some funny stories in Sacramento when the lieutenant governor passed some legislation. Anyways, good morning, fellow realtors. It's an honor for me to be here in front of you as your candidate for president-elect. And when I got involved in the board, I was well aware of the things that the board did here and well aware of the committees. And some of you, Florence has called you to duty to serve on some of these committees today. The MLS, the commercial, there's grievance, and there's a whole long list of committees, YPN with Kevin. And what I didn't know is what I refer to is part 2 of our responsibility as directors. And it's kind of protecting our industry. And it's when we go and we represent this board away from our association. And when we go up to Sacramento, we go to Washington, D.C., and we try to influence these things. Margaret Shea mentioned it too. She mentioned how we're going to come under fire from some of the legislature that's coming up. And I wanted to take this opportunity to once again inform you so that you're constantly aware of what we have to face in our industry. There's 4 pieces of legislature that we're up against right now. One of them we heard about last week from LA County Tax Assessor Noguez, and that's Prop 13. And it's long been referred to as the third rail of California politics, because to touch it would have been fatal to your career. But there is a growing swell of support to do what they're calling a split roll, where they would allow you to keep your property tax base if you have the homeowner's deduction for that property. But for any other property that you own, or any corporate property, that tax base then would float with market value. Anybody who was around in the 70s can remember how, or even the 90s for that matter, can remember how volatile property values can be. So we need to be well aware of that. One of them at the state level and also at the federal level is the mortgage interest deduction. This is the deduction that we take when we fill out our taxes, and we're able to deduct the interest that we've paid on our home mortgage. I view it as the biggest benefit to the middle class. If you're wealthy, you already don't get that, it's capped. And if you're poor, you don't necessarily own a piece of property, so you probably don't get it, you get a renter's deduction. But I view this as really a direct attack on the middle class and home ownership. Third on my list is what to do with Fannie and Freddie. And when we were back in Washington, D.C., we kept hearing about Fannie and Freddie. And there's a group that would like to get rid of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And I've got to say that on some levels I'm sympathetic to that argument. But to do that to this industry right now, coming out of what we've been through, would be devastating. You have only to look to the access to capital and the cash in the private sector through jumbos and the commercial market to see how that cash flow and capital can be interrupted if we are left only to private sources for capital. So again, make sure that's on your radar. Number 4 is it's important also. Maybe not as important as the others, but it's the loan limits. Right now, the loan limit for a conforming jumbo is 729. In September, that's going to go down to 625. In our neighborhoods, that affects us. If you're in Arcata, South Pass, Alhambra, those loan limits affect you, us. And I just want to bring these to your attention. I want to ask you guys to get involved for the sake of our industry, for the sake of our profession, to protect our industry, to protect homeowners, and as well as joining the committees and being involved at the local level. Then I also ask you to be the messengers of this. We've got about 125 of us here today. There's 2,000 of us all together in the West San Gabriel Valley Association of Realtors. So that means for each one of you that are here, there's about 19 of you that are not here, or us that are not here. So take these messages back and really share the importance of them. Again, I thank you for being nominated as president-elect and look forward to 2012. Thank you.
Good morning. I don't have a sore ankle. I just have a bum knee. I have to lean on something so I can stay up here with talking to you. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. When I joined this association 21 years ago, I never dreamt that I would stand before you this morning as your president-elect. But I'm happy to be here, and I'd like to share with you what my goals for this association are. First of all, I would like to clarify that my goals for this association should be the same goals as yours. In fact, as your president next year, I'm to implement these goals that we collectively agree upon. I have numerous goals to undertake, but the ones that are foremost are member benefits, education, and our investment property in the city of Orange. Our association, with the guidance of Albert Tran, is constantly trying to increase member benefits. When I talk about member benefits, not only am I referring to our Realtor members' benefits, but also our affiliate members' benefits. I have to say this, if our association had a Santa Claus, our affiliate members are the elves. Our affiliates' support through these tough economic years have been invaluable, and it is not overlooked. Therefore, I will work with Albert to continue looking for ways to add to our list of member benefits for our realtors and for our affiliates. Our association is known for offering excellent education courses. Next year, we will move forward to provide more educational courses and informative programs to our members at reduced or subsidized rates or at no cost. As you know, we own an office building which purpose is to generate income to help reduce our cost of running this association without having to increase our members' dues. I must commend Bill Herrera. Is Bill here? I must commend Bill for his dedication in overseeing the management of this property. My aim next year, and with Bill's help, is to have more progress in filling the vacancies that we now have in the building. And also so as to make possible a more income productive property. On the flip side of this coin, we have to look into our own budget of this association. We will make every effort to cut costs, but not our services. I believe that when we get the wheels of the operation turning smoothly, we will get positive results. The success, or at the very least, the 3 goals that I have stated will draw new members to our association. An association that is growing catches the attention at state and national levels, and this would help bring up our identity as a great association. As your president next year, I will take responsibility for the successes and sometimes, and it is possible, unsuccessful projects that we will work on. With that said, your cooperation and understanding will help us achieve our goals. You can help by joining committees that are of interest to you. Please participate, because your input is important and you can make a difference. All constructive criticism and suggestions are welcome. Please note, the key word in that statement is constructive. Together we can establish an innovative and dynamic association. So let's join hands and please work with me toward our common goals. Help me represent the West San Gabriel Valley Association of Realtors to the best of my ability. Therefore, I'm looking forward to working and serving you as your next president in 2012. Thank you.
Margaret Shea.